Hello and welcome to another Boob Tube Buddies podcast coverage of Sense8 Season 2, Episode 9, What Family Actually Means. I'm Mike. I'm here with Kristin.
That's me.
I know, I should have let you say your own name, but I'm greedy.
He's the Lido to my Hernando.
But just to do a little... now you made it weird.
Why?
I mean, come on.
Fine. He's the Lido to my Daniela. Is that better?
We're Season 2, Lido and Hernando.
Yeah,
okay.
Obviously.
Yeah.
We're like here to eternity. In the ocean, Lido and Hernando. Speedo thong, Lido and Hernando.
Spoilers.
Sorry.
So just a little house cleaning here.
Okay.
You can find us at boobtubebuddies.com. That's our website with links to all our shows. There's also a link to our Patreon account where you can go and you can make, like a small donation, even like $1 helps a lot. And it just goes to paying for the fees for the shows because everything gets done basically for free and it just helps pay for the website hosting and all that stuff.
And my fee will be going up, so.
Yeah, eventually. So once Team K&M starts winning, I'm going to ask for a raise. Yeah. You can also go to iTunes and rate us on iTunes. That's like super appreciated. Just go on there.
Subscribe.
Yeah, give us somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 to 5 stars. And we'll be thank you for it. You can visit us at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Reddit as well. Also support our sponsors, Audible and Blue Apron. We are currently covering Better Call Saul. That's with Foxman and Jables, American Gods. That's with Mothman and Nathan. No, excuse me, Devex. Yeah, okay. That is correct. Then there's Twin Peaks, which Mothman, I think, is just rotating co-host. Is that how he's doing it? Or is it him and his wife doing it?
It's him and his wife doing it mainly, and when she gets a little tired of it, I'm going to step in.
Okay, there you go. And
I'm the, what's it called? The understudy?
The handmaiden?
Yeah.
Then there's, we're also doing Fargo, and that is Foxman and Nathan.
Oh, you betcha.
Yeah.
Oh, you betcha.
Yeah, and Kristin contributing. Coming soon, we're going to have our Best of May. That's right around the corner. Orange is the New Black coming up with the Bettys. House of Cards with Foxman and Bethany, I believe.
The Foxmans.
I think me and Mothman are going to do Wonder Woman. I'm not sure.
I'm definitely not.
Yeah, I know. Well, we wanted to do an all-female show to keep with the thing and piss some people off. But
so there you go. You got it.
Yeah, and then in a month, just looking out, Game of Thrones is coming with me and Kristin and Fox and me and Kristin.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
House K&M.
Yeah. So on to the business at hand. Let's get to these final episodes.
Like literally final episodes.
Yeah. If you haven't been listening, if this is your first show, you know Sense8's been canceled.
Yes, somebody pissed in my Cheerios tonight, if you're wondering, halfway through the episode.
So, if we sound less than enthused at times, but it might actually be more fun because now the gloves are off and we can
let's just tear it apart.
Go at it. But typically, we like to start things off with a little segment we call Summing It Up in a Tweet. And let's go ahead and get that started.
Oh yeah, we're summing it up, so summing it up. Summing it up, oh yeah, we're summing it up. Oh yeah, we're summing it up, so summing it up. Summing it up and up.
Tweet. Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. Want to know what family actually means? Watch Daniela, Amanita, and Will's dad in those scenes. A big break, a wedding, a death for Epi 9. Not a lot of action, but emotionally it was divine.
It's really good. So you're not just phoning it in.
I try not to.
All right. I think I was under the 140 characters. Like I realized when I was coming over that I haven't counted it out, but trust me, I could fit it in there.
No, give it. I can't wait.
Nomi gets a little love. Wolfie's ready to give Berlin the shove. Daniela gets Lido in a room, and Will's dad's off to the tomb. And that is summing it up in a tweet. All right. So.
I'm sorry.
What?
Will's dad's off in it too.
I mean, whatever. So
I like it.
Yeah.
I think I like it as much as I'm feeling your sandals tonight.
Oh, well, I walked out the door with my house slippers on because now I've got plantar fasciitis.
Those are old school.
They are. Yeah, I've had them forever. These are really
Are
holding
those
up.
Adidas?
Yeah.
Out there? Yeah, I was gonna say
Like,
those are.
like normally I would have them and they'd always come apart at the seams. If you
Yeah.
guys ever had the old Adidas slips, they notoriously fell apart. These I've had these for at least 10 or 12 years.
Well, they are divine.
Yeah.
I love them. All right, so this was okay. So like I said, not a lot of action.
A lot of feels.
A lot of feels. Somebody from the AV Club pointed out a really good point that a lot of these, in season 1, there was a lot of emotional catharsis and, what happened. And this was definitely the big one of the season so far. You got the wedding.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. I didn't really think of it like that.
Yeah, you've got the wedding, which is your definite, rom-com setting for something big and emotional. A death.
A death.
And then the big break. It was all very, cliche stuff, but still worked.
No, that's a good point. I didn't think of it like that.
Neither did I.
Yeah, I mean, the cathartic side of it, I guess I felt that with Nomi, because hers seems more resolved. Will's seems like a breaking down. But yeah, no, I wouldn't argue with that, so.
Cool. Don't. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but we do open with Nomi at the wedding, and she's given her toast. It's not the wedding; it's the rehearsal dinner.
Yeah, But I love before the toast how she tells Amanita that she's gonna have one of her normal headaches and go, and not 5 minutes later, her mom's like, "Why don't you go ahead and have one of your normal headaches?"
Yeah.
Fuck this shit.
Right, that would be enough for me too.
Me too.
What did you think of the speech?
That was alright.
I wrote down.
I thought it was kind of. I thought it's about the bride and
Right.
the groom, and so I thought it was I thought it was a little selfish. I thought it was like wearing white to a wedding.
Okay, what I wrote down, and I usually don't like to use this word, but I wrote, it was a little cunty.
Cunty?
Thank you.
I love that word.
I think I went country. It was
a
a little bit country.
It was a little country.
A little bit rock and roll. But no, it was like, yeah, kind of cunty. I mean, it's just like way to make it about you. You don't have to take shots.
But literally, the one thing in the episode before this was about her dad saying, are you sure you want your sister to be a part of it? Her black hole of narcissism.
Right.
And I'm like, way to shine a light on it, Nomi.
Yeah, so it was like, the speech itself, especially the ending, was actually pretty good if you cut out the parts where she's being passive aggressive.
Exactly.
So I just was like, I don't know if that's the speech. Maybe that's the speech somebody would give, but I've had to give wedding speeches, and
that's not what you give.
no, yeah.
I mean, if I were to have to stand up there for Lauren and I would be like, I remember when you did this for me, but I remember when you started out as a bitch, but then ultimately you were there for me. And when I woke up, I'd be like, you fucking bitch. Can we start over?
Yeah.
I'd be so mad.
And let me tell you about the problems I have with the other people in the room.
Exactly. And that's one.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got that whole speech, and then it turns to Kala.
Yeah, and we get a little bit, we get a little bit of call of this episode, but this is actually interesting. I kind of like this scene because they're talking about some friend of hers from college who's having a baby.
She's such a sassafras. I love it.
Yeah, and Kala's like, oh, she's got this great mind. She's got all these possibilities. Why is she choosing to have a baby? And it's kind of like that confrontation between modern woman, feminism. You can go out and have it all in these classical roles that you would think a society like India probably adheres to.
And what's so funny is Kala has been given the opportunity to have babies and not worry about it, be that awesome stay-home mom that can give their kid everything. But I love that she has her intellectual priorities.
Yeah, and when her mom mentions babies, Kala don't look super excited about the prospect.
I bet if she mentioned baby wolfies.
She's like, I'm keeping this tight for my piece on the side.
Exactly.
But yeah, that goes on. We get a cut back to that a little later too, where they're just having tea and they're continuing the discussion.
Another conversation about how that's not what she wants in life and how she'll eventually get used to it and blah, blah, blah.
But then we get a nice little montage.
That's all it's about in this show.
Caffey with his merch. Wiley, I'm going to use Wiley. He came up with it. And they're searching for the lady. Mm-hmm. And then Sun out there getting her uniform.
Preparing to go to the ball and take her brother down is what I wrote.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So that's pretty...
I just put shopping brother photo. Shopping brother photo. Shopping's always first with me.
I love it. And then we have that Felix returns to the Kep is not a word, so
Key.
Key shop, excuse me, and greeted by Wolfie with a gun.
Little
He
known
pissed
fact,
himself.
Kep is German for key.
Really?
No, of course not. Just don't ruin the magic.
You know what's? Can I give you a fun fact about German?
What?
Okay, so we got a Schnauzer a couple years ago who was black and white,
Right.
so we decided to name him Tux. This was after finding out his birthday was 420. And in German, Tux means smoking.
Oh, nice.
It all kind of worked
Happy
out there.
coincidences.
I know. So, cool story, Katie Holmes. Let's move on.
Yeah. But Felix walks into the shop, and then Wolfie puts a gun to his
And he
head.
beats himself.
Oh, great. I just pissed myself. That was awesome.
Yeah.
But, like, the heat's heavy because we saw in the last episode the shootout. And
Why?
yeah, right? And Wolfie's ready to make his run for India.
Exactly.
But he's hesitant because she's told him, you can't come here.
Did you tell him that yet?
Yeah.
Was that the last episode?
No,
Or was it the next
I think it was
episode?
might have been a few episodes before, like when he had mentioned coming to India. I think he's mentioned it a couple times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh no, you can't come here."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't go home, but you can't stay here. Or you can go home, but you can't go home, but you can't stay here. You
I
can't
want
be
to make
anywhere.
a baby's daddy quote, but going back,
Do it.
I can't. But going because we just said she's not excited about having babies.
That's true. Well, I bet she'd have a ton of Wolfies though. So we have calls mom, knows something up, blah blah blah. To the meat of it, Riley and Diego are looking for the lady.
I like Riley and Diego.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm watching this show called The Catch, and another one of those Shonda Rhimes ABC Thursday night shows. And I'm watching it the other day, catching up, and all of a sudden, new character comes on, and it's Diego.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, hey, I know you. He's a cop.
Oh. Typecast.
But not as endearing and charming.
Oh.
There's never been a more charming sidekick than Diego.
Yeah. But they find a woman. Okay, so a couple things happen here that I want to talk
Carol
about.
Cumberland.
Carol Cumberland. This is the woman from the last episode who was the archipelago contact for Riley.
Yeah.
So they find her in the tub. She slit her wrist and she's under the water. Mm-hmm. Okay. Super fake. Like, I don't know why that's what they went with, but you don't sink in the tub. And she's in there with her mouth wide open. Like, she just saw the video from the ring.
She took a shit ton of pills, though. Do you think that maybe had something to do
It
with
doesn't
her
make-
sinking, like her almost passing out?
I don't think so, because I do a weird job that I've been to a lot of bodies, and I've seen people die in the tub.
Wait.
Don't mention what I do.
I'm not going to, but how does that... Okay.
When people die,
Later.
we have to go and get...
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
So I've seen, like, people in the tub and stuff. What they float. I mean, and if they're not floating, what they've done is they've stewed. So they don't look fresh.
Can we rush through this so I can ask you a ton of questions afterwards?
Sure. but people stew in the tub and
They stew? They're
Yeah.
sitting there pissed. No, I'm just kidding.
It's so nasty. But anyhow, like, so they don't sit in there with a shocked look on their face and their mouth wide open. So
I can't believe I'm dead.
He kind of ruined it for me. And then we see Angelica and Whispers walking in a flashback. Mm-hmm. And she's got super glasses on at night. I'm like, oh, it makes me so angry. Mm-hmm. She looked like a disco queen.
She did. It looked awful. It was awful. It was horrible. I hated every second of it.
Sense8 queen. She's only 17.
Loving the ABBA. Yeah, we get brief flashbacks that reveal Carol, Angelica, Whispers, Colovi use that little mad scientist lab to pretty much turn Raoul into a zombie.
Yeah, I like the flashback of Whispers using the crazy help.
That helmet.
The helmet's bad, but like he's wearing like pastels, which
Yes.
makes it look even crazy.
And flannel, right? It's like pastel flannel.
Yeah, but it's like bright yellow, like button-up Oxford overshirt, and I think there's flannel underneath, or maybe it was
Yes.
all one. But then he's got like green, like these light green gloves.
It was demasiado, way too much to deal with.
It was so ugly. I don't know why
could
that's
not agree more. So Capheus is in the market.
Yeah.
He feels somebody kind of coming up behind him, and long story short, Silas's men are following him.
Right. How come he didn't get any help?
That is weird.
Yeah, he's running from him, he's fighting him, and nobody comes to help Capheus.
Is there like some higher power within all of this that knows he's actually not in trouble?
Maybe that's it.
We will never know.
Yeah, but they're Kabaka's men, Silas's men. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but and the reason Silas, so he goes to see Silas to pretty much tell him to stop, and Silas admits, like, listen, the reason I'm doing this is not for my gain. Well, it kind of is, but it's because he's in love.
Yeah, and real quick, Silas sucks at checkers, by the way. Like so he jumps in, he's playing his daughter, and she does like an ocho jump. I don't know what else to call it. It's like he made one move and exposed all his checkers, and she's like, chick, 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 chick. She's like, I win. I'm like, oh, you suck.
Either you had to make her win, or you just suck, bro.
Yeah, teach your kid to win. Don't let him win.
Exactly. There's a good point. But yeah, he's in love with his mother, and he pretty much says, listen, with all this hype, somebody's gonna go after you. Go to this
put a bounty on his head.
Yeah, exactly. See the size of the bounty and know.
Yeah, you know how scared they are of you by the size of the bounty.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was gonna say. So that was, I think, I don't know. I'm a sucker for the bad guy ended up good guy turning out loving his mother. I kind of loved that a little bit.
Yeah, and it'll come in. The bounty, I guess, will come into play this season.
It will.
But man, some of these larger storylines are just such a fucking waste of time now. Yeah. That it's hard to go into them too much. But yeah, so we will actually see that in the next episode.
All right, now we have the wedding.
We do have the wedding, and we're gonna get from me my favorite. I think it was probably my favorite Nomi moment in both seasons.
Before we do the wedding, because that's like a huge part of the second half, do you want to cut to
Yeah, we can throw it to an ad right about now.
Whoa there, little buddies. Gus McFoxman here. Welcome to your Every Desire Realized is brought to you by the good fellas at Boob Tube Buddies. They're cooking up new dick and fart jokes as we speak. Me? I'm just over here enjoying this book, Lonesome Dove, one of the great classic Western tales. A whole damn series to be precise. Watch your step there, partner.
This is so stupid. Shut the fuck up, Mothman. I'm doing this, goddammit.
Sorry about that. You can go to www.audibletrial.com/boobtubebuddies to get your free month's trial. It's free for you, and it's a great way to support the podcast. Don't squat on your spurs, little buddies.
And we're back.
Sorry, I like doing that.
So where do we leave off?
We left off at the wedding.
The wedding.
We're here for the wedding. And before we get into the real meat of it, can we talk about when she walks down the aisle and dude goes, you have a nice rack for a dude.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Son appears.
Yeah, and she starts talking to Son, and we discussed this last week. This guy can hear. So, this isn't an in her head moment. It seems like a good time to do an in your head moment, but this guy literally hears her talking. Mm-hmm. And I did Son and put her in parenthetically noted Son, and she's like, you want me to hurt him?
Yeah.
And she's like, no. And then he said, what? He's like, oh, talking to yourself. Something about talking to yourself.
Normally people who talk to themselves are people who aren't ever heard, or people don't want to listen to them or something.
Something like that,
Something
yeah.
to that effect. And then she asks again.
Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe a little. Yeah. And then cracks his finger right back.
Yeah.
This was an amazing moment.
It was. So they start the ceremony, and Bendex, the FBI agent, comes in there, and he's like, oh, I gotta arrest Nomi. And Amanita and Bug are sitting over there, and she's like, what the fuck?
Okay. I hate Bug. Bug looked good in his eBay knockoff, what is it? For what Bug is.
From Russia with Love.
I was trying to be nice.
The From Russia with Love 007 tux. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I guess for Bug, he looked good.
Yeah, for Bug, he looked good.
Yeah.
I was trying to throw something positive out there for him.
So what's happened is, Bendex hasn't realized that everything's been wiped because of the Edith thing. And Nomi's dad stands up for her and says, get your hands off my daughter.
It was awesome. My favorite, though, was Amanita coming out and going this is, blah, 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 call your local congressperson. And the woman stands up and is like, I'm a congressperson.
Yeah. And
I love that part.
It's really one of those teary moments, because she's like, oh, he's never called me daughter before. So it was a cool moment.
I definitely rewound it. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it was, like I said, it's probably my favorite know me moment right there.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm happy for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you
Now
ever
go
seen
punch
Tu
your mom.
Wong Fu?
No, I don't think I actually did.
Oh. Okay, well then I'm not going to make the reference. Very inappropriate.
I mean, you can
for
make
somebody
it
who's never
for-
seen it. The way you just said, "Get your hands off my daughter," is the way Patrick Swayze told the cop to get your hands off my dick, buddy.
Oh.
Sorry.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I can appreciate
Well,
it.
there you go.
I can appreciate it for
I'm
that.
just gonna put a Whopper in my mouth now.
Yeah. But like after that, we get our weekly dose of La Familia. Mm-hmm. So Lito's still depressed.
Again, my favorite scene of the whole episode.
Yeah, it was really good. Whatever. I mean, I got a man crush on Lito.
Daniela Hernando's spinoff called La Familia.
I would love it.
I would watch every
Yeah,
episode.
I mean, we know he's in Hollywood, so you don't have to do
my God.
You don't have to do exotic locations. You could just do Lito goes to Hollywood.
So before we came back from the break, Mike had read me a thing from Netflix, pretty much saying, "Thanks for the kind words, but you're shit out of luck."
Yeah, so it was in response to if you've been on Twitter, you've been doing the hashtag, renew Sense8, hashtag bring
back
Sense8 back.
yeah, bring back
Netflix basically used your hashtags to tell you we're not doing that. So
Netflix, if you're listening, because it's one guy who's in an office.
get your hands off our dick.
That was good. I liked it. No, but that would be an amazing sort of spin-off. I understand, but then you couldn't explain it because where's all of his cluster? You open up in this spin-off, they're like, they died.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Right. Well,
this
they
is
could
a
do
whole different show.
they could do guest appearances.
Can I ask you a spoiler question? Just for my own peace of mind. At any point during the season, and I'm not going to lie, I only have one episode left.
That's all anybody has.
So that's all anybody has. Does Hernando or Daniela find out
What?
that he's got this cluster?
Nope. So many unanswered questions. So wait, you haven't watched the final episode?
No, I'm all the way up
Oh,
until the final
Just
episode.
you think that's upsetting?
Just you wait, Henry Higgins.
You think that's upsetting? Just wait.
Are you serious? Should I just not watch it?
Well, no, you're gonna have to watch it. We got a podcast to do next week. It's gonna be awkward.
No, what's gonna happen is you're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna go, no. What?
Oh no!
Stop it.
You'll be so angry.
No, I'll be Little John.
You're gonna be
What? Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna be super.
Less than
You're gonna be upset.
nonplussed.
Yeah, less than nonplussed. You're gonna be wishing you were nonplussed. But so Lito's still depressed, but the PJs are gone.
And it's now I'm depressed.
Wah, wah, wah.
You found them.
Yeah,
I'm so happy
I
for
did.
you.
I found the ones from To Exist has them. If you are interested in those pajamas,
That's
So,
amazing.
Yeah, I think there's probably a better company out there, so I'm gonna keep shopping until.
Okay, so here's the deal. Very last episode, we do a 2 truths and 1 big little lie. If you get it wrong, you have to post a picture on the Boob Tube Buddies website of you in those onesies.
Oh yeah, it might be a while. I don't have a problem doing that.
Deal?
but- Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, bitch. I felt like saying it.
But Daniela's found Lito a script.
Lito is Jordy Gallo.
Jordy in Iberian Dreams.
Iberian Dreams.
And this is like Daniela's big moment right here, right?
Because you think, like, a lot of the times you think she's a ditz.
You're
And
right.
all of a sudden you're just like, oh, honey, she's got shit up her sleeve.
Yeah, other than a few of the maybe scenes with what's his name? What's the ex-boyfriend's name?
I was about to
Joaquin.
say I was about to say Phoenix.
That's what I think too.
Close.
So the scenes with Joaquin, I mean, she's had some scenes there, but this is like her biggest scene.
Yeah, because it showed her intelligence. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I can really relate to Daniela in that way where I can come off really flighty and really blonde and all that. But I will say that you can be occasionally impressed by me in the work area. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I can pull it out like Daniela can pull it out sometimes. Fake it till you make it type of thing. That's what I'm good at.
Yeah, when people ask me who I'm doing the podcast with, I'm like, somebody I'm occasionally impressed with.
What can I say? I am no Wonder Woman.
But she gets her right. Nobody is. She gets her hustle on, and she gets Lito like an interview with like one of the top producers in Hollywood
in
for
under
this-
58 minutes.
in under 58 minutes, and it was really cool because she's working 2 phones at the same time, and it's a lot of personality going on.
Yeah, you got Chip, You got
Jean-Baptiste.
You got Kit Wrangler. All of these incredibly cheesy fucking names.
Yeah.
But it's great.
I like Kit Wrangler.
I love Kit
the guy
Wrangler.
who plays Kit Wrangler in the next episodes. I like him.
Oh, it's funny.
Do you know who it is?
No, I'm all the way up until the season finale. I kept going the other day. Like, I just kept going, so I actually know who it is.
Wait, this is 10 is not the last episode?
No.
Oh, we have 2 episodes left.
2, yes.
Oh, okay. I thought it ended on 10.
No, it didn't.
Oh, it's because I'm throwing out the first one.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm taking the one off for the holiday. Nope, that's my bad. But that's all kind of settled up there, and then we go back to Kala in her home, and she's being visited by Ajay, who's
coming
bringing
to be skeezy and drop off a gift.
What did you think of the setting? You know what I thought? Like, she's in her home. There's like open windows with these curtains, and she's wearing pastels. Like, it looks like a Cialis commercial.
It does! With all the wind coming through, and it's like beautiful.
And so when Ajay walks in, I'm like, oh, you just walked into my Cialis commercial, buddy.
Hey, Ajay, welcome.
Yep.
That's amazing. I love it.
Just needed the 2 bathtubs next to one another.
Right? This guy's such a creep. And do we ever find out what the present is?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to know that. That's all I needed to know. I do like this dynamic where I don't know and you do. What was I going to say?
Whispers and Will.
Oh, yeah. Will is watching Whispers, trying to get a meeting with the secretary, kind of as a memory. Is that what that is?
Yeah, I guess so. That's the secretary in charge.
Is he like going over, or is it a memory?
I think he's there because we saw him get picked up in the helicopter and something severe was going on. So I think that's this.
That's like true time, real time?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, and then in the middle of that, Diego gets a call that Will's dad is dying.
Yeah. And, he can't go to him, but immediately the beard starts growing.
It's like the Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
By the end of it, he looks like...
he turns around and just like...
yeah, exactly.
That's amazing.
But his dad's dying, and they say because he fell, he's got septicemia.
Mm-hmm.
And we did see the scene where he's putting up the Christmas lights and whispers his feet at him alcohol. And that was season 1, and we kind of got the impression that maybe something happened, but you never really hear about anything more from the dad till now.
And we'll never know, probably.
You'll never know.
No, okay.
Awesome. But nobody thinks it's weird when he starts talking to Riley like it's Will. Like, if I'm in that room, I'm, whoa,
as soon as he sees
whoa.
that memory of him holding Will as a baby, he's like, Will?
Yeah.
It was very odd. Sorry, all I can keep thinking about right now is I wish, and I hope the Wachowski sisters are like, well, since they cancel us, here's how it would go. And we would at least, like, know the ending or what they wanted to do with it.
Right, since you can't do the show, just tell me how it was supposed to end.
Write a book.
Yeah, write a book. Make an animated short. Do something.
Oh, an animated short would be amazing with all their voices.
Yeah.
Netflix, I'd watch that. Leto spinoff. Animated short. A book.
I know. You should just hire me.
Here are your options.
I know. But that's really, so he dies, and that's really, the end of the show.
Well, that was fun to end on.
Yeah. I mean,
wah, wah.
Off to the tomb.
Off to the tomb. All right. Well, let's kill this dad.
You mean tie a bow on this bitch?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry.
All right. We'll see you next time, buddies. Peace.
Bye.